In the game of Facebook ads, it's whoever can spend the most per customer will win.
Is there a good way you like
Mhm.
to do research to find those like new elements or new angles, or how you go about doing that?
There's two ways to get data. You get data from yourself or you get data from other people.
Yeah, right now I'm just kind of focused on like you were talking about those three pillars on that call last week of like scaling
Oh
the
yeah.
content output and the sales, which I'll definitely be getting into like with Black Friday and everything. Hopefully that'll be a big opportunity for this one.
All that matters is your front end. You have good ads coming in. Are you scaling aggressively and just outbidding all the competition? How much is it doing a day currently?
So yesterday actually was ended a little above.
What's going on right now with your business, your brands? How's it going? Any
Yeah, for
questions that come
sure.
to mind?
Yeah, so I have one just main store that I'm running right now. So I tested it like at the end of last month. Throughout this entire month so far, I've basically been scaling it up. So far this month I've done about 60K in revenue, so I'm happy about that. And yeah, at the moment I'm still using mostly ripped ads, using a little bit of ARKids right now to just kind of transition into UGC. And then while I wait for the samples and the product to get delivered, I'm just going to be reaching out to some UGC creators and see if I can get some deals worked out.
Got you, got you. And you've been running this product for, you said, about a month, right?
About 3 weeks, I think. Tested it for about a week and then started scaling at the beginning of the month.
Nice. And like how did it go when you first tested it? Was it like a home run off the bat or was it like a lot of
No,
creatives?
no, not no, it wasn't a home run. It was what you call progressive testing for sure. Like I tested three
Hmm.
different angles or three different batches of five to begin with, found like the angle that performed the best, like the batch that
Hmm.
performed the best, and then started going a little bit deeper into that angle, found a
Hmm.
structure that started working in that angle, and then from that point is when I just split tested a few other things creatives offer and then started scaling up. So I think after
And
about like
that's usually how it goes too. Like
mhm.
you test a lot of different angles, you find the best angle, you go into that and you just scale that angle. And that's typically how you get to like 5K a day, I would say, 5 to 10K a day.
Like you usually say, about 25, 30 creatives to get to that
Hmm.
point where it started to be profitable and start to scale it up.
Got you. So prior to you doing those strategies that we talk about in the community, like the whole progressive testing, high creative volume, how were you doing e-com before? Was it like five creatives or what BS strategy were you following?
Yeah.
Tell me.
Yeah, it was definitely a little more on the amateur side. Normally it would be like five creatives to start with. And I think we even talked about this on a weekly call one time. I was telling you I always get in this situation where I'm like, breaking even, but can never scale the product up. And so yeah, I was
Hmm.
testing like probably five, maybe 10 creatives max per test, giving it like a few days to run, but not really making adjustments or continuing to test new creatives. And then, just kind of leaving it up to chance and luck, I guess.
Gotcha. Because like as you know now, it seems like you've been through a lot of our material. It's like you don't have winning products, you have winning creatives and angles.
Mhm.
So I guess right now you have a brand that's doing well. How much is it doing a day currently? On 5K a day?
Yeah, so yesterday actually was ended a little above 8K actually.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice. Hey,
yes sir.
scaling up, scaling up.
Yes sir.
So doing around 8K a day right now. What are you focusing on? I guess what's in your head right now? What are you trying to get done with the brand?
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually just had a call with Adrian as well, and he helped me clear up a lot of these things. But yeah, basically what I've done for the past few weeks is just continue testing ripped content. But at this point, and actually it's probably a little bit even late now, it's definitely time to start implementing some UGC. Maybe even split test some like bundle offers. I'm working on getting a team set up in place, customer service, and like an editor for ads, and then a little late as well, but I'm working on getting Klaviyo set up with the email team.
Mhm. Yeah, and don't worry too much like with Clavio or like being late to it is not really
Yeah.
a big thing because like trust me, dude, I know guys that are doing 100K a day, they don't even have email set up. You know what I mean? All like
For sure.
it's great.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised, you know. All that matters is your front end. You have good ads coming in. Are you scaling aggressively and just outbidding all the competition?
Mhm.
Right. What margin, if you don't mind me asking, are you typically
Yeah.
operating at?
Yeah, it's been a really good margin, actually around 25 to 30%. I've got really low
Okay.
COGS on this one, so it's been looking pretty good margins wise.
So it's really important that the ads that do well, you scale
Mhm.
those aggressively. And I'll
Yeah.
explain why. Obviously, one, you want to make the money, right? You want to capture the opportunity. And two, other people are now going to start to see your ads on ad supply platforms. They're going to start ripping your content. So they're going to start and try and selling it. The thing is, if you're scaling hard, they can't outbid you. You kind of already
Mhm.
take market share. I can't tell you the amount of times where I've seen someone who has the potential to do like 50K a day but they're just scared to scale. And then someone else goes in there and they just say, fuck it, we're going to scale. And then they just
Right.
outscale everyone. It's
Yeah.
usually the person with the biggest balls wins, right? So what you want
Yeah.
to do, it's true, bro. It's true. So what you want to do is at least make sure you're bumping your campaigns by 2 to 3 times a day, at least. I would even
Mhm.
argue if stuff is doing well, I don't know like what your availability is if you can be at the computer a lot, but 5 times a day you could be bumping it. You know what I mean? It's really
Yeah.
important you aggressively bump your campaigns. And then if your margin is holding up above a 25%, and these like certain campaigns are just crushing it, do dupes of it, do two
Mhm.
$300 dupes or do two $1,000 dupes. Always do dupes of two. I always recommend that. But
Okay.
you want to scale aggressively, bro. You really want to scale aggressively because, like I said, it's a tragedy if you have all this momentum going for you and then someone else just comes in there and outscales you.
Yeah, absolutely. So would you recommend still doing that, even if, say, I don't have UGC necessarily set up yet, or all those
Still do
systems
it.
in place? Got
Still
you.
do it. Still do it. I mean, dude, this is the thing about like the way when I talk about ecom and stuff. It might not be like the prettiest information, like the most cut. It's really cutthroat. And my
Yeah.
thing is like, you can get to 100K a day with your content. It's
Mhm.
possible. It literally is possible. Now, is that good for longevity? Definitely not. But
Mhm.
it's right now. Your goal should be getting as much money coming in as possible, right?
Right.
Trust me,
Mhm.
everything else will sort itself. You're still really, even if you're doing 100K a day, you're still really small fish in the pond. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
So scale up as hard as you can with your content and just put the gas on getting new content. I heard you said you're doing ARC ads as well. So like
Yeah.
that is really good. As much UGC, you can use ARC ads. ARC ads green screen is really good too. I don't know if you tried that,
Yeah.
but
Yep.
give that a shot. Right now, what would you say your creative output is?
Yeah, I've been doing between 5 to 10 creatives a day. I've been trying to do that. Five of them normally at least are just variations of what's already working. I'm trying to throw in some new things as well each day if I can. Like the arcads is something new I've been implementing. Just been trying to do more research about the customers, about the product, and try and throw in some
Yeah,
new like hooks and things like that.
that's good. That's good. That what does your time frame look like, by the way? Like how often are you working on this today? Like 4 hours, 5 hours?
Yeah, so creatives, I'll take a couple hours usually to make creatives each day. It actually hasn't been as crazy as you might think. It's been
Mm-hmm.
usually a few hours per day making creatives, maybe an hour going through comments or going through emails and just cleaning things up. And then other than that, it's been pretty smooth.
I would say this. So the position you're in right now is a pivoting point because a lot of
Mm,
people will get in this position and there's two routes to go down. You either get to like the multi-million-dollar brand from here,
hmm.
or you just kind of die out, right?
Right.
Now,
Hmm.
it's a really pivoting point, and the reason I'm saying that is because you want to work as hard as you can right now. Like this is the time where like you don't want it to slip. You don't want the ice to melt through your hands. You don't want it to slip through, right? So
Hmm.
it's really, really important that you first of all double your creative output. So you're doing like say 10 to 15 a day, do 30. Those are batches of five, right? So let's say
Hmm.
it's like 30, that's like 5 batches. That's 6 batches, right?
Hmm.
So I would say you could do 2 batches around the existing angle, that's working well. And then
Okay.
the other 2 to 4, you want to do those around new angles. So keep looking for
Hmm.
new stuff. The
Okay.
more batches is very important. Hire a customer service VA. Please
Yeah.
do not do the customer service yourself. Waste
Yeah.
of time. You hire someone on Upwork, they'll be fine. From the
Hmm.
Philippines, preferably to do really well. That's ideal. And then your offer as well. So we haven't talked about offer at all,
Yeah.
but right now, tell me a little bit about your offer. Is it like a complimentary product? Is it just a straight like buy the product, that's it? Like tell me about your offer a
So
little
it's
bit.
pretty standard. Like what's being advertised, there's one specific product being advertised, and then there's like a complementary product added, but it's kind of just marketed as a set. It's not necessarily marketed as a free gift. So it's kind of just a like a buy one, buy two, buy three offer with bundle
Mhm.
discounts. And then yeah, it does include like a complementary product, and then there's a couple upsells available in the cart and post purchase.
Got you. Got you. Got you. Got you. I would say experiment a bit with offers. So
Yeah.
like this week, it's Monday. The timing's really good here. So Monday this week, what you want to do is I would set some goals. So first, double creative output. That's like standard, needs to be
Hmm.
done. And then when it comes to offers, I at least try 2 new offers this week. So when you
Okay.
test a new offer, it's going to be like a separate landing page. With the offer, your goal is to increase your AOV as much as possible.
Hmm.
Because in the game of like I'm assuming running Facebook ads and
Yeah.
mostly Facebook, yeah. In
Yeah.
the game of Facebook ads, it's whoever can spend the most per customer will win. Find any way to justify increasing your price point. So whatever that be like a free ebook, whatever that be like a complimentary product, a free gift offer, buy one get one free. I obviously I don't know what the product is, but like however you can fit those offers in there, it's really important. You want to
Hmm.
have a higher AOV.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'll definitely do that. I've been thinking about like a complimentary or extra product I can add on, potentially market it in the ads and then increase the price. So I'll definitely start trying that out and increasing the creative output. It's definitely a good perspective shift. Like you said, it's
Mhm.
either you kind of just not push it to the limit and just die out, or just push it as hard as you can and become that million dollar
You
brand.
got
And
it. Yeah, you got to be hard, bro. You got to go hard because at the end of the day, it's like this is that pivoting point. You know what I
mhm,
mean? And so many people would like kill to be in your position right now to like
mhm.
even have the opportunity. That I mean, you already have the basics down from what I can tell. Was there any like specific questions you had that you wanted me to answer?
I don't have like too much in specific. I mean, what I will ask though is a little bit in regard to UGC, if that's all right, because I've kind of been trying to
Mhm.
figure out like some of the outreach for that. Um, just because the specific customer avatar that I should be using is kind of specific, right? So it's a specific
Mhm.
ethnicity, I guess, and a specific like they have to have a specific characteristic, I guess, too. So
Mhm.
in order to do that, what I was kind of thinking was just to start reaching out to some of the people that I already have in the videos, but I wanted to hear your perspective on that as well.
No, that's good. That's good. So the people you have in your videos is like micro influencers, kind of in a way. I'm
Yeah, yeah.
assuming.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that's micro influencer outreach. You can definitely do that. You create a separate email and then just use that email and reach out to them on that email, or you could just DM them. But you have to be careful so they don't know you ripped the video. So I always recommend the email.
Yeah.
Um, Twitter, I'm sure you've seen our Twitter methods before, but Twitter is going to be the best for
Hmm.
UGC. Inbound is crazy. Inbound is always better than outreach, right?
Okay.
So like, let's say hypothetically you're looking for like a 45-year-old overweight white male. That's like what you're going for. You could be specific on Twitter and be like looking
Okay.
for hashtag UGC creator, white male, 45 to 50. And then you just sort through the inbound you get. But if you're consistently posting on Twitter, you will get a lot of leads. Another good way of getting content is a website called Joint Brands. I don't know if you've seen them before.
I don't think so.
Jointbrands.com. Yeah,
Hmm.
you definitely want to check them out after this call. That they're like another UGC hosting platform where you can go in there and find like really specific types of customer avatars. But yeah, Joint Brands and Twitter and micro influencer outreach. If you're doing those three things, you're going to get a lot of content.
Okay, perfect. And then like as far as so you're saying every day I should be testing like some new either angles or new, I guess, elements of the video. Is there a good way you like to do research to find those like new elements or new angles or how you go about doing that?
Yeah, man. So it's a mix. There's two ways to get data. You get data from yourself or you get data from other people, right?
Hmm.
Now, the data you get from yourself is always going to be way more monumental than the data you get from other people, right? So how do you get data from yourself? You see what's working with the creatives. You do customer surveys. Those are really the two main ways without complicating it. So if you
Hmm.
don't have a customer survey done yet, I would say download an app called Zigpool. It's a Shopify app, and then you can from there you can set up customer surveys, and they'll give them a discount for completing the survey. So you can even
Hmm.
potentially have them come back, which is a
Hmm.
really good app, one of my favorites. So you want
Okay.
to get customer data from there. And then obviously the creative is the biggest one. With your creative, you can see like, okay, is this creative working? What angle are they talking about? What kind of avatar is it? Like it gives you more insight, you know?
Hmm.
That's the first way, which I assume you're already doing. The second way is going to be getting data from other people. So that's
Hmm.
Amazon. Amazon is huge. I'm sure you've looked at it before, but if you haven't, you want to look at the review section, the complimentary product section as well. I don't know how, like I said, I don't know what your product is,
Yeah.
but if it is on Amazon or if there's similar products on Amazon, definitely look into that.
Hmm.
Reddit is huge as well. A lot of people overlook Reddit, but Reddit for the angle, so not for the product. So let's say
Hmm.
I'm selling a weight loss product and it's like at home workout, whatever. I'm gonna read Reddit forums on at home workouts. I'm not gonna read Reddit forums on that specific product. Like let's say it's a 9-in-1 push-up board. I'm sure you know that product. I'm not
Hmm.
gonna read Reddit forums on 9-in-1 push-up boards because there's not that many out there. Facebook groups as well. Same rules apply with Reddit, right? So with Reddit, we're looking at the angle like groups around the angle. For Facebook groups, you're looking for groups around the angle as well. You want to do a lot of people don't understand with market research. It's actually a lot of the times done from the angle and then you work backwards kind of. You don't do it because like a lot of the times the product doesn't have like actual resources out there except for Amazon, right?
Right.
You can only get resources on the angle. Like for example, we saw that like postpartum was a big angle we ran up at the beginning of the year, right?
Hmm.
So we would read up a lot of like articles and Facebook groups on postpartum, and that gave us a lot of like insight on the lingo they use and everything, right? We didn't read up groups on like hair loss or like hair care or anything. groups on postpartum specifically. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, so I have like one angle that's performing basically the best right now, and so would you recommend that I like go back to research and then let's say test completely different customer avatars, angles, stuff like that as well, or just go deeper into that one angle because it's working extremely well so
Yeah.
far?
Off of, I'll tell you right now, and this will give you some perspective. That
Mhm.
product with that angle can do 100K a day. I
Yeah.
promise you, that can
Okay.
do 100K a day.
That's
You know what
good
I
to
mean?
hear.
So
Yeah.
you want, yeah, 100%. It's what you want to hear, right?
Yeah.
But that you want to capture it. You want to capture the market. So yeah, get as many black creators as you can. Aggression is key for
Mhm.
that. Aggression is really key. So what I mean by that is like your hooks want to be really aggressive, especially with that
Mhm.
audience, because with we worked a lot with black creators as well, and working with black audience. So you have to realize like aggression that you need aggressive hooks, right? You'll start
Mhm.
now naturally thinking of more ways because you have to fill in those 30 creatives somehow. You know what I mean? So you
Right.
start thinking of new angles, new ways, and do trust me with all the resources out there with like Arctis, Creatify, Midjourney, and then ripping content, UGC creators. You have more
Mhm.
than enough to come up with good creatives.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So in that case, like since you think, and I also think that that's an angle that can do 100K a day, like you said. So just
Mhm.
be like thinking of more like hooks and more different ways to structure videos within that angle, then like all 30 creatives.
Because that is such a strong angle and a strong product and has such good product market fit. I would
Mhm.
say, let's say hypothetically, if you're launching 4 campaigns a day, like this hypothetically, out of four, three of them should be that angle, and the other one should be
Okay,
something new. So
got
it
it.
should be more leaning towards that angle, yeah. But you got to realize under that angle, there's a lot that goes under that too. Like for example, you could have a batch of creatives that's like super focused on like why this is better than tweezing, and it's just focused
Mm.
so much on the tweezing aspect.
Yeah.
Then you could
Mhm.
have another batch that talks about like why it's so much better than getting like treatment done and why treatment's so expensive and you're going to save money. You know what I mean? If it's save, we call
Yeah.
those like save money. Like we call them like spend and save basically, which is like those creatives always do well. Like I remember one of the brands we ran back in the day was like a shapewear brand. And we did really well. Like I remember that brand was doing like consistent like 600K months for like over a year, right?
Hmm.
And one of our best angles for that shapewear brand was literally spend and save. Like you
Hmm.
buy this with us, you don't have to go get a tummy tuck. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
could just this is all you need.
Yeah.
So that could do well too. Just one rule of thumb I'll give you is two things, right? One, organization is key. So when you're testing batches, angles, whatever it is, track it on a Google Sheet, track it on Notion, wherever you're tracking it, you need to organize it because that data might not be important now, but it's going to be important later, right? Like
Hmm.
Steve Jobs has a quote, you can only connect the dots looking backwards. And if you don't
Yeah.
track where the dots are, how are you going to connect them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So every time you come up with an angle, anytime you come up with something, make sure it's tracked somewhere. And then when you launch it, you track when it's launched as well. And then when you get the results from it, put the extra work in and track that as well. Trust me, it's very important. The
Hmm.
second thing as well is launching batches. So angles and batches go hand in hand to where, for example, if you want to test the tweezer batch we were just talking about, or the
Hmm.
tweezer concept we were just talking about, you don't just launch one creative. That's the biggest mistake people made.
Hmm.
You will launch like 5 creatives in one batch around that. And then each creative might be a little bit different, maybe like
Yeah.
different music, different hook, or whatever it is. Because sometimes you want to kind of inflate your creative output a little bit with Facebook because they'll see like even though if that's a winning concept, a winning creative, they're gonna handpick one of the 5 that they like the best, and you'll
Hmm.
notice that one gets the most spend and most purchases, obviously.
Yeah, actually, what I have right now is all the alternatives, or like a few alternatives are kind of always in the video, but I think I can definitely like get creative, break them down one by one, and just go deeper into each one of them, kind of get some data and see
Mhm.
what performs best, and just yeah, keep thinking outside the box like that.
And you got to get creative with it too, bro. And if you're not a creative person, my best advice is become one, honestly.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I wasn't a creative person when I got into this. I was more of a data kind of person. But you'll
right.
realize over time it's not that hard. And as you start to build confidence and like figuring out what works and what doesn't,
Hmm.
it starts to become a lot easier. Like I'll give you an example for this product as well.
Yeah, no, that's amazing advice. So yeah, right now I'm just kind of focused on like you were talking about those 3 pillars on that call last week of like scaling
Oh
the
yeah.
content output and then also like the sales, which I'll definitely be getting into like
Mhm.
with Black Friday and everything. Hopefully that'll be a big opportunity for this one.
Dude,
And
don't wait, don't wait. That was my
yeah.
next thing for you right now. You could be doing 30K a day right now with the season itself. I'm being
Mm,
completely honest with you. Right now, there's a lot going on. It's alopecia awareness month, I think. But that you could run a sale for that. You could run a sale for end of summer. You
hmm.
could just dude, you could find a sale if you took 30 minutes and look online. There's definitely something you can apply to it. So I
Yeah.
would say run a seasonal sale ASAP. Like ASAP. Like
Yeah.
I'll do that today. I
Yeah.
don't know if you're running one already, but
No, I'm not, but No, I should definitely do that. I'm gonna do some research and
Yeah.
see what kind of things I can tie into it.
Just remember from the call we had last week on how to do it properly, where like you have a separate landing page, the separate creatives. I'll
Yeah.
refer back to that call before you launch it.
Hmm.
That's really important. Get your seasonal sale up. It should do really well. And then high AOV offers, like we talked about earlier on the call, launch more offers, focusing on like just getting that AOV up.
Yeah, that is like one of the things that I'm slightly worried about as I scale is my offer currently. It's got really good margins. It's got good AOV when people buy the bundles, but the like single unit is just 20 plus $5. So just $25, which leaves me a decent margin actually, close to like 18, $19 on just that one. But just as I scale up, I think it would be helpful to just be testing new offers and see if I can get something even 25, $30 margin to start with.
100%, bro. Yeah, you definitely want to get that margin up
Mhm.
100%. And right now, you just got to be aggressive too. Like, think about it like this: like the position you're in right now, it's either a hit or miss. Like, and you don't want to miss, right? Keep working. You got to work hard right now too. Like, I can't. I remember the first time like I had an opportunity like that where like stuff is going well, and like it's time for me to put in the work to actually do the things. It's a lot of work. I can't lie. Like, you have double creative output, more offers, seasonal sales, this, that, get email set up. But there's a lot that goes into it. But
Mhm.
you're in a situation right now where there is no excuse because you already know what to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if
Mhm.
you don't make this into like $1 million brand, that's on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. That's
Mm.
great advice because I think there's a lot of people that would tell you just to sit back and relax at this point and just have the money
No,
come in,
no,
but
no,
not what I'm
no,
doing
no, no,
now.
no, hell no, hell
Yeah.
no, hell no. That's like the worst thing you can do. I'm assuming you're trying to get to the multi-million-dollar brand. That's the whole
Yeah,
point of
yeah,
all this,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah, my goal is
Yeah.
to do a mil per month. So, I mean, that's my
Mhm.
goal.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. The sky's the limit. Like you could do a
Mhm.
mil next month. Like that's the crazy thing about this business model, and that's the reason too. Like I'll see guys who, let's say they have no e-com experience. Maybe they're like affiliates or like past business owners, and they just understand entrepreneurship at a really
Mhm.
good level. I know people, and I swear to God, like third, fourth month of e-com, they're doing like over 1 million a month. That's just
Yeah.
because they understood like how to capture opportunity, how
Mhm.
how marketing actually works, the customer psychology, offers, and all that. But no,
Mhm.
that's good. Any other specific questions you had?
I think that's good for the questions I had. I think I'm good. Yeah, I've got a real good idea how I'm gonna just, I mean, lock in and get things
Yeah, gotta
prepared for
lock in, man.
Q4. Yes, sir.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. Good timing is amazing too. So
Yeah.
so far with like Joel Academy, like this the program that I've built here. How has it been
Mhm.
going?
Yeah, so the
Very good, bro.
organization actually, I mean, I'm super pleased with it. I've had actually taken a few different mentorships. I think this is like my fourth, maybe fifth course slash mentorship that I've taken. And this one by far, I mean, blows everything out of the water, honestly. Like,
Oh
uh,
yeah, I love
and
to hear
because we're
that.
talking face to face right now, but yeah, as far as organization goes, like the Q&A is being recorded. I don't know if I think I may be the only one that's done this, but those YouTube Jolt Q&As, I think it was like 2 or 3 months ago when I first started consuming a lot of your content. I binge watched like all 20 of those in a few days.
There's
It
a
was
lot.
like,
That's a
yeah,
lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was taking like notes about it. And like the WAP setup in this course is great. There's everything's broken down. I really like that you've got like a textbook too. I think that's super cool. There's been a few times where I've like referred back to it when I have a question, or I think Adrian or Abraham told me one time my hooks were not the best. So I went back, looked at the textbook, and had a lot better idea after I checked out the examples. So, because I think like another component that plays into it is the actual quality of the info. Like some people may have a like really well organized course or really well organized mentorship program, but the quality of the info just isn't like advanced, or it's not going to actually take you where you want to be. And where I wanted to be was, I mean, exactly what you teach, like, $1 million plus months, starting real brands that
Mhm.
solve real problems. So I think the quality of the info actually gives you the tools that you need to go from zero, if you are even a complete beginner, from zero to $1 million plus months, potentially exit a brand. So I think
Mhm.
that plays into it too. And that's just for the money that I paid. I feel that it's like nothing compared to what values getting taken out.
You already made the money back technically,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
I've like three or
yeah,
four exited already. So
yeah,
it's
that's lovely.
yeah, it's been great. And then the last thing, and then I'll let you take back over, was just the support. So the like the one-on-one plus the weekly calls with most, I mean, especially your guys' level, the probably the things you have on your plate at the time that you don't have free, that you're always busy and you still make time for, like, I get a one-on-one call like each week with one of the coaches, and then you're in every weekly call, and it's basically a one-on-one call in the
Yeah,
weekly
yeah,
calls as well,
basically.
since there's only a few people. So I mean, it's really good support as well.
Awesome, bro. No, I'm glad to hear you like it. I mean, like we try to build something that I wish I had starting out,
Hmm.
right? And like the thing is too, the issue with drop shipping, especially at least from what I can see, is that there's just so much BS out there. Of like
Hmm.
there's still YouTube videos listed telling people to only run 5 creatives or like telling people to run pump and dump general stores. And you got to see
Hmm.
it from my perspective. When I started my personal brand, I saw all this and I'm like, dude, I'm making 1 million a month with drop shipping with brands. Like, what?
Hmm.
I gotta be like a beacon of light because this is all BS.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is
Yeah,
all BS. So like, it
absolutely.
means the world to hear that. And dude, to be honest, bro, you are in a really good position right now. Like you are
Yeah.
like in the ideal position. So no, I'm excited to see where you go in like the next 3 months. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna have a good Q4. It's gonna be
Oh
good.
yeah, appreciate it.
You gotta get me a Christmas gift. All right.
Bro, I got you. Of course. Yeah, all the
I'm
coaches,
sorry.
everybody.
I love it.
For
I love
sure.
it. But yeah, dude, you're gonna have a good Q4. It's good timing, man. But yeah, it's really good to hear that, bro. It really does. It means the world to me. I do have to run to another call here.
Yeah.
Before we end it off, is there any questions, anything else you got, or you think you're good?
Like I said, I've loved everything about the course so far. I've gotten value from it, made my money back already. And I mean, it doesn't
Mhm.
end here. And, over the course of a year, 5 years, 10 years, I mean, who knows off this small investment how much could be made. And so, yeah, it's been insane, bro.
Yeah,
And I
of
appreciate your time tonight talking to me. And
course,
looks like,
bro.
yeah, it looks like you're busy. So I'm all good here and you're good, bro. Appreciate you.
Awesome, brother. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you on a Wednesday, weekly call.
Yes, sir. All right, brother. Thanks again.
Peace out,
All right.
bro.